what is today? It's Thursday today. We go to the prison today. Today's Perryville prison. Good morning. I hope you spend some time in prayer. I hope you spend some time with God this morning. You're on your way to the gym, getting your workout, your cardio, your food is packed, your day's semi-planned. So you got a couple wins already. Couple wins. The more you get used to winning, the better you get at it, and I guess you could say the hungrier you become to stacking up wins after you learn skills to do them. Like all that stuff, like my journal, reading, all those were small little things that I learned in prison, but I started to, I guess you could say, brush up on them, because when you get out, you tend to forget what made you better in there. So it's realigning everything. When you drive your car for a minute, the tires, everything wears out. So what does that tell you? You have to take it to the shop, get it realigned. You have to put new tires, rebalance them, everything. So we are the same thing. We have to be able to step back, sometimes rest, sometimes just take a break from everything, sometimes be alone, go for a walk. Like there's a lot of things that we have to do to realign ourselves again. It's not, I fell off the horse, I'm just gonna stay off. No. I would have done that a long time ago. And this is the thing. I don't sugarcoat things, man. I know that what background I come from. I know I was very uneducated, and I don't say that in a bad way, and I don't say it to put myself down either. I say it because, I didn't know how to read and write. I was somewhat slow. I mean, I look at some of the videos, and it's almost like I'm still healing, because I actually sound like a little slow. I'm not gonna lie. I was watching some of my old videos, but think about just everything in general, man. How much I got hit in the head, the trauma, just everything in general. It takes years sometimes for your body to heal from, wounds. In my world, in the fitness world, they say it takes up to 4 years sometimes for your skin to get that elasticity back into it after you lose a lot of weight. I think I said that right. But it takes your body time to heal. There's a book called The Body Keeps Score. It's a pretty good book. But as I progress into my healing, I notice my speech is better, my memory's better. There's a lot of things that are better, because now I'm starting to remember a lot of my past experiences, my childhood, and I'm able to say, wow, that's why that was there. That's why I started to act like that from there on. I'm starting to be able to analyze myself, because I'm getting to the point where I guess you could say my frequency is almost gonna be at 100%. And that's from healing and using small tools to heal, reading, my journal, learning to say, forgiving, learning to say, even when you know that you didn't do nothing, it still affects you. All these things have been tools that I've had to learn in order for me to get better, because like I said, I don't like to sugarcoat things, and I don't like to pretend to be something that I'm not. I came from the gutter. I'm not saying that my family was bad, no. My family tried. My family were all, it wasn't a good family, but it wasn't a bad one either. I've seen way worse families. I ran to the streets. My family was the streets. Once I left, I never came back. Being in a Mexican family, we didn't really talk about the molestation, none of that stuff. So I didn't really come out with it until later in my life. And it was already too late, man. I was already on the streets. I was already using drugs. I was already hurting people. I had already crossed over to the other side, and I was doing what everybody else was doing, bleeding on everyone else, taking out what was done to me on, innocent bystanders, collateral damage. And that's what it is. A lot of these kids, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to fit in. They're trying to, oh wow, look at what I did. Those are kids. And it took a while, man. Like I tell people, it took me 45 years to get here. 45 years to untangle like knots and knots and knots of just bad decisions, not only to myself, but like my background, my convictions, all that stuff that I had to undo in a matter of years, I guess. But I look at it like this. Look at how many 45 years I almost destroyed my life, but God turned it all around in a matter of seconds, and then in 2 years almost gave me my whole life back. Because I've talked about it before, where he's given me my childhood back. He's given me a love of my life back. He's changed so many things. He's given everything that I need. Like, it's crazy, because like he's helped me evolve to the point where I'm at right now. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect, because I still have my I still have my faults and my sins, and but I know the way, and you can't tell me go through this gangway. In Chicago, how you do something and you start running through gangways because you already know which gangway is open, not locked. There's no dogs in there. I already know what gangway to run through. So like, I don't listen to someone else to go this way. No, like, I'm going through this because I already know that He is my Lord and Savior. Like, He already changed me on November 6th. Like, I got a heart transplant that day. I tell people when I speak sometimes, who knows how much a transplant is worth? And it is $1.4 million to get a heart transplant. I tell them I got it for free on November 6, 2021, because my heart completely changed that day. And I started to completely be a different person. And I just wanted to share what was given to me, because I carried that anger, that hurt, all that stuff that I was carrying around. I carried it like a badge of honor my whole life, trying to hurt other people for it, and it was wrong. So I wanted to share that, and like I said, I'm not perfect. I did an interview yesterday with Stacks, and Stacks is my boy. Like, we're good. Like, me and him started chopping it up before, like, years ago. I think it was before COVID. But I've always followed him, and I just wanted to see what he's doing. And I like watching guys that have been through similar things to me, win and stuff like that. So I've always been open to, like, if he wants to do a podcast or something like that. And we did one yesterday. And I'm not going to lie, I started getting a little bit of my feelings because of, like, I just don't like when people ask me about the twins, about Pedro and Margarito and like, Pete. Did I just say 4 names? The twins. I'm really bad with the names, so like, hey, I get in my feelings when people ask me, hey, what do you feel about them snitching and then telling, and I'm like, obviously you haven't been in this world where like, if you mess up, like, they kill all your family. I mean, yeah, the cartel is a very dangerous game, and most people would say, if you made that commitment, you should know better and blah blah blah. But at the time you do make the commitment and you do everything, but when they are threatening to hurt like family and stuff like that, I think a lot of things change, and that's just seeing the bigger picture. I'm not defending either side, and I'm not saying that it's right. None of that stuff. I'm just saying you have to look at the bigger picture, and I look at people's hearts today, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like every Friday we have a Bible study, and we've been having people on there from all walks of life. Even one of my favorite rappers is gonna be on there soon. Project Pat. He got a hold of me on Instagram. He's doing a lot of prison work, and I thought it was so crazy how this is a person that I listened to when I used to do a lot of bad stuff because his music got me hyped up. Now he's a man of God, and he's doing prison work, and I'm like, look at how funny God does things to like align people and get them together and just build. Like, he loves us so much that he gives us all the tools to build that beautiful church. You know what I mean? And come together and motivate these guys and show them that there is a better way, that there is a way to change. And he left us the guidebook, the manual. It's beautiful to see that not only the change in me, but what he's doing through me. Honestly, like obviously, if you watch my channel and you watch other channels, you guys have seen the interview that the twins already did on Chill. I think it's Chill Will's YouTube channel. He's always done reviews. He's always done like videos of other people, and I like him a lot. I actually watch his stuff, and I like how he articulates the things, how he sees both ends of the story, and even a third, because when he says his point of view, he always states that. But it's nice to see, I guess you could say, a grown man not adding wood to the fire of something that's already like been burning. Like it's almost done. Like, it's time to grow up. Like, it's time to like really show these teenagers, these kids, these men, because there's a lot of men in their 20s, 30s, 40s even, that are still acting like children and still lost in this whole game of lies, that it's cool to be tough, it's cool to be a drug dealer, it's cool to be all these things, it's cool to go to jail. It's not cool. It's not cool. It's not cool. Like, it's not. And it doesn't make you tough. Most people get broken because they don't realize how much you lose. But yeah, I got in my feelings, and I think I answered it a little bit too aggressive. I don't know. I feel guilty now about the smallest things, just because God's in my heart, Jesus is in my heart. So like, I feel guilty sometimes when I react a certain way or I talk a certain way, because I know that's the old me, and I've prayed about it, and God has placed it in my heart where I feel, God wouldn't give you a lot if you couldn't handle it. And throughout my life, I always wondered, like, man, am I ever gonna catch a break, or like, am I ever gonna be able to change? And I realized today that the answer was just always there. I wasn't ready yet. And that's the difference between, like, I look at it like this, and I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but if you're not ready, right, and you just pretend to want to get better, like you pretend to be a Christian, you pretend to, like, you show up to church on Sunday, right, but then on Tuesday you're already at the strip club. So like, that's what I mean. Like, if you're not ready, then just don't do it. Like, if you're not ready, why Like, why make a fool out of yourself? Like, I don't understand. And another thing is like, you're like disrespecting like your boss. You're disrespecting your father. You're disrespecting like, I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm grateful for what I've learned on the streets. I'm grateful for what I've learned in prison. I'm grateful for not knowing a lot of the, I guess, basic stuff when I got home, to be able to very, very like cherish it more than I guess an average person. Like the small stuff. I've gotten into the habit right now where I text my kids in the morning, all of them, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And before I didn't do that. Talking to them on the phone, even though sometimes I don't even know what to talk about, what to say, because half of the time I'm feeling guilty for not being there. But I'm learning to just kind of like let go. You know, I'm learning. And that's the thing, guys. You know, if you've been through what most of us have been through, you know, the streets, addiction, toxic relationships, not knowing how to control your emotions, all this affects your sleep, affects your health, affects a lot of things. And this is why, like, that USP program that I created, we're about to release it in a month, but it took me years to put it together. And it's pretty basic because it just gives you the problem, it gives you the plan, the tools, like the knowledge to know about why, and then it gives you the alignment. So like, it tells you how I fixed it, how I fixed my insomnia from all the PTSD, how I fixed, you know, keeping my body healthy. And when I say healthy, don't mistake me with everybody else that's on, you know, social media, where you have to be like this guy with your veins popping out and your muscles and all that stuff. No, it's about managing it long term. Like, if you're not in that field, there's no reason for you to be a bodybuilder. You get what I'm saying? So like, it's about managing it long term in order to be able to sustain it long term. And one of the biggest things that people get it twisted is that they think that they need to look like everybody else on social media, and it's not. It's about what's gonna help you. And the best way I could put it is like this. So I have a buddy that plays golf. He's already big. He's a big guy. He's about 6 foot tall, 200 something pounds. He plays a lot of golf. I told him a good coach is gonna see what you do on an everyday basis of your life. What are you working, blah, 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 and help you get fit where you're functional to do the things that you like to do, not just train you the way that I like to train. So, you know, he's strong. So like, we can't lift weights all the time because then you won't be able to move around your hips, all that stuff for your golf. So we do a lot of mobility stuff, body weight stuff, and it's helped him increase his drive with his golf game. And but that's just learning to look at the bigger picture. And life has taught me that. Life has taught me that if it's bad, it could always be worse. But when it's good, it could always get better. And I've learned to not think about my past no more and not worry about the future. I live in the moment now because I'm very grateful. And I know I jumped around, guys. I know I jumped around from the twins and everything like that, but it's amazing to see what God is doing in a lot of us that have been through hell and back. You know, some of us just decided to stay there a little bit longer, that's all. But we've been through some battles, you know, and the best and most beautiful thing that I see is that everybody, you know, found God, and everybody's trying to help now to not let these youngsters or the younger generation go through what we went through and experience what we experienced. Like, we're really trying to get in there in the trenches again and just scuffle it out. I'm enjoying my prison work. You know, obviously we're self-funded, so we just got our paperwork done for the 501c3 Wrong Strong Foundations, and we're going into Lewis prison next week. God is good, man. God is doing something awesome in my life, and like I said, I'm not perfect, man. You know, I'm not perfect, but I'm willing and I'm disciplined enough to raise my hand when I know that, you know, there's a lot of work to do, and I don't think there's a lot of workers that are being obedient. So I just have to kind of roll with it, man, and let him guide me. Like, some guy was telling me yesterday, hey, give me a date for all your events. And I'm like, it ain't like that with me. I kind of like just pray about it. I let God, you know, run the show, and I just go from there. I just follow suit. So I share this, guys, so I can motivate and just show you that even wherever you're at right now in your life, wherever, even mental, homeless, it doesn't matter. Everything, like, there is a way out. There is a better way. And not every day will be perfect, but every day you start to get better and you start to feel stronger and you start to do things to take care of yourself. Whether that's going to an AA meeting, whether that's going to the gym, whether that's going to church, whether that's going to be a service or be a fellowship with someone. It's a constant walk. It's not a sprint. It's not a run. It's a walk. But the best part is that you learn to enjoy the journey. And as you go on this journey, you learn to be better, picking up tools along the way. Yeah. Just love on somebody today. Don't judge nobody. And don't look the other way when you see somebody hurting. My name is JC. I am Wrong Strong. I'll catch you guys on the rebound. Remember, stay in your lane, live savage, and live for him. It's the only way. I'll catch you guys on the rebound.